We have so many upcoming gacha games built on already established intellectual properties. We have Arknight's Enfield from the developers that did Arknights. We have Neverness to Everness coming from the developers that did Tower of Fantasy. We have Nikke's new open world gacha game coming from the devs that did Nikke. We have Project Nami coming from Kudo, who are the people that did Punishing Gray Raven and Wuthering Waves. We have Azure Premilia coming from Manju, the devs that did Azure Lane. These are all already established intellectual properties, studios that already have successful games in their own right that also all happen to be open world. We then also have Asteweave Heaven, which is from Hoyo, who do Zenless, who do Genshin and Star Rail. We then have Chaos Zero Nightmare from the developers of Epic 7. We have Project Mugen, who admittedly don't really have a successful gacha game right now. Unending Dawn, much the same. Duet Night Abyss, same also. But today we're here to discuss Project KV. This could be one of the biggest gacha game reveals to date. The reason why? It is developed by the Blue Archive developers. Yes, Blue Archive, the very degenerate school gacha game that I have completely finished, by the way. One of the few gacha games I did successfully complete. There isn't much information revealed on the game at present. There was a small teaser that was 30-something seconds long. This teaser had audio in the background, so I can't react to it. I would love to. I'm just gonna play the video up here without sound over in the side of the screen so you can see what it says. There have been people on Reddit that went ahead and translated it, or translated it to the best of their abilities. There was a promo image that was released alongside it, and we're gonna talk about all of that today and more. Before that, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that little bell notification. That way you remain up to date with every single thing that I post, and I post every day. Do not miss out. Now let's jump in and see what we have to look forward to. On the one hand, the promotional art seems to not only feature a katana, but also schoolgirls again. So Blue Archive is known predominantly as a gacha game that has pretty much exclusively schoolgirls. Every single character that you obtain in-game is not only female, but they are also in school. I don't know the ages of all the characters. I believe all of them are fairly young, even in spite of what they look like. There are some adult characters, but as far as I'm aware, they're like teachers or staff members. Now, Blue Archive is a very good game. It is a very fun game. It has a great story, great music, great gameplay, great team building, great characters, but as opposed to what we see in this promo picture, which shows a katana, everyone in Blue Archive uses guns, shotguns, sniper rifles, submachine guns, assault rifles. Nobody here seems to be utilizing a gun. Rather, what this game seems to allude to, based off of a few of the things that I've read, is that they're going to focus on katanas, not just specifically katanas, but swords. So this is going to be more of a close range, more of a melee game. It might include magic, it might include archery, or like bows, arrows, crossbows, other kinds of, not necessarily medieval, but kind of medieval, like feudal era Japan style weapons. This is a fantastic direction, I think, to take the game, because on the one hand, Blue Archive already makes millions, tens of millions of dollars every single month, combined between Korea, China, global, Japan, and they have essentially established themselves as a gun gacha, right? They are the biggest, with the exception of Nikke, gacha game that focuses on female characters that utilize guns to do battle. Do we want a second game built by the same people that does exactly what it's doing? No, because we already have Blue Archive for that. What they seem to be doing is targeting a different demographic. People that are interested in sword fighting, people that are interested in melee or medieval or feudal era gameplay, combat. The top comment from Martin goes on to state that this is basically anime schoolgirls with swords, spears, bows, maybe more swords. They've also translated it from Blue Archive to Blue Scroll. It's also worth noting here that this is done by the Blue Archive developers, not Nexon. They have absolutely no connection with Nexon whatsoever. for whatever that's worth, good or bad. Before we go any further, let me take a moment here to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal, and I can't thank you all enough for the support. Now let's keep talking. Rickson the Mix did go on to attempt to roughly translate what is going on over in the trailer. He says, here's my take on the translation of the fancy Japanese words on the screen. There you will surely find your sword. Once again, alluding to the fact that this is going to be heavily focused on sword fighting. There lies something that everyone has, and that includes you. There lies your heart, the weapon you need when the time comes to face this world. Dormitory. The Prince's Forest has burned down, the Tree of Enlightenment cut down without a trace, thus we built an academy on the side. Indeed, you will surely be like them, like all of the young ones. So once again, it looks like this is going to target high school girls, maybe younger than high school girls, I have no idea. It looks like there will be a dorm, an academy, and ring. Practitioners, students, you still know little of your light. That halo is a sign of your ignorance, of your waywardness, and of your potential to understand all things, to break through and to push forward. Charge through, sword, once again, alluding to sword play. If you call that a sword, then it will attach to your name. If not, then it is a rejection of reality. Answer me, what is now resting on your hands? It's all right, even if you do not know yet, you will after all surely find your sword here in this place. And these children will find where they need to go so that they can face this world. Nostalgia Academy action drama. Action! Okay, this is interesting. There seems to be some Buddhist terminology mixed into the teaser. Practitioners is the term used for those training in martial arts, but also those who practice Buddhism. The term used for attach can be interpreted as the Buddhist concept of Abhinavesha, and of course the Tree of Enlightenment is where Siddhartha Gautama achieved enlightenment. The term used for Halo in the teaser literally means Ring of Light. Blue Archive uses Hyro instead. I do not know how accurate this translation is. This was posted on Reddit. I'm half Chinese, not half Japanese. An update from Ivari here, the OP. Next news will be coming on the 1st of September, 2 weeks from now. That is actually about 6 days from when this video is technically going to go live, which means that we're going to have some news, some actual official news, maybe official gameplay, an official announcement, more official artwork, maybe even see some characters at some point next week. Once again, this is potentially, or could very well be, one of, if not the biggest upcoming gacha game of 2025, of 2026, whenever this game launches. It is going to have some fierce competition. I don't think Neverness to Everness. I don't think Arknights Enfield. Rather, the games that I think are going to be direct competition to this is going to be games like Azure Pamelia and probably Nikkei's open world gacha game. I think they are arguably the two highest quality upcoming gacha games that are based on already established intellectual properties that also have very active communities that are incredibly popular and that have the highest likelihood of succeeding. If this new Blue Archive, Project KV, is going to be any kind of successful, it is going to have to do things differently to both the aforementioned games. Not just that, Arknights Enfield, Neverness to Everness, Nikkei's new gacha, Project Nami, Azure Pamelia, Asta Weave Heaven, every single upcoming gacha. If it does what they're all doing, it's gonna fail. Blue Archive established itself as something different, something unique, and it has flourished since. Now it's time to do the same thing, but in a potentially open world setting with potentially action combat featuring characters that are flinging around, engaging each other with swords, bows, crossbows, spears, lances, and whatever kind of medieval or feudal era weaponry is available. This sounds sick, and I cannot wait. Hey, now that you're finished with the video, consider clicking one of the two other videos on screen.